Head. Hey guys, happy Friday. Today is Friday, November 30th, 2018. Last day of November. I can't believe it. I'm here with my friends Mike McKenzie and Jon Houdyschell right next to me, and we're going to talk about Vision of Flight with Trend Airways today. So welcome, gentlemen. Good to see you. Thanks for putting up with my crazy timing. How's everybody? So give us a thumbs up or a heart. Jason, let us know you can hear us or see us. I see people popping on. Hey, Scott Thompson, what's up? That's a great thing. Hey, Shirley, let us know you can hear us or see us. Give us a heart or something, because these gentlemen have a great message today. Oh, Christine got on, and she tagged you today, Christine Cabrera. She said, I love Mike. That's what she said. All right, so we got hearts and kisses from Shirley, which is always good. And we're getting more hearts. All right, so tell me a little bit about you. We're going to get to Vision of Flight. We're going to get to the event, but tell us a little bit about you, Mike, and then we'll get to Jon.
Well, what do you want to know?
Tell us, well, you can start with I was born, but we need to be a little bit past first grade by like 1050.
Okay. Well, I was born actually in Jamaica, West Indies. Migrated to New York when I was 5. Went to school, went in the U.S. Navy from there, got out, moved back to New York, back to Orlando, and I ran the Wheels to Wings transportation for 25 years. One of the top companies, I think, in Central Florida. And I sold it in 2013, at least one entity of it, and started Vision of Flight. And here we are.
Here we are. All right, we're going to get to Vision of Flight. And I want to know a little bit about your why, like how did you become a pilot, or how did you become involved in aviation? But let me get to Jon's story, and he can give us a little bit about him.
Okay, so I was born. No, we're not going to get to that because I've been on the show. It was kind of funny. It's 1 year today, hasn't it?
We did our first show together. Jon and I did a year ago.
It's our anniversary.
It came up on my time hop, my Facebook time hop. It's crazy.
It's
our anniversary, Jon. What'd you get me? What's 1 year? Paper?
Paper.
Cash is fine, Jon. Cash is fine.
Paper anniversary. So yeah, reason I'm on here is you know, I'm owner of a company called Trend Airways, so a little bit of a innovative solution to regional travel, but I'm not here today to talk about that. I'm here to talk about something that's near and dear to me, because growing up in a small town in West Virginia, it was hard for a poor kid to find, or even disadvantaged, I guess maybe even the more contemporaneous phrase, how to be a pilot. What are the connections? And even if you can find the resources to go fly, what direction do you have? You know, your parents weren't involved in that. My dad worked in a factory. My mom was stay-at-home. She had a 6th grade education. So I didn't have the resources to start me off in the direction that I needed to go. Fortunately for me, I had some great people who ran a youth organization that put me in the right direction. I was able to get access to aircraft and be able to be, most importantly, inspired to continue on in a business that sometimes you kind of get knocked down on your knees with to get back up again. Yeah. Mike and I became acquainted in the last couple of years. I've seen what he's doing with Vision of Flight, which is exactly what got me to where I'm at. If it wasn't for people like Mike and organizations like Vision of Flight, I wouldn't be sitting here today. I wouldn't be flying. I wouldn't be a pilot today. So Mike and Vision of Flight, they're having a fundraiser and party on December 8th. I decided to reach out and open up the lobby and premise a Trend Aviation to host this event, and Trend Airways. We're just there as the background. We want people to come out and learn about Vision of Flight and hopefully contribute to that. And I'm going to quit talking. I'm going to let Mike talk to you about
Christine Cabrera said my son took his first flight with VOS.
That's Eddie.
And we're forever thankful. Right. Did you guys always know you wanted to fly?
I did.
You did?
From the first time I set foot in an airplane coming from Jamaica here, I knew this is something I had to do. This was my thing.
Which is funny, because I always wanted to learn how to fly so I could go to Jamaica.
Well, right? We're going to have to go now. We're going to go.
I'd be afraid to I could never be a pilot. There's many reasons why, but the fact that you have to put down the alcohol a lot during between times. Oh God, they don't have lift for airplanes right now.
They really frown on you putting down alcohol while you fly.
That's right.
So,
they really
I don't know.
Wrong phrase, guys. Wrong phrase. So tell us about Vision of Flight. What does that do? So I didn't realize that So I've known Jon's story since last year, obviously. But so it takes
Which
kids.
is an incredible story.
It's an incredible story.
And that's what
He's
brought us
downplayed it a
closer
little
together.
bit.
Yeah,
Just a
that's,
little
well,
bit.
yeah.
It's really like Satan's memoirs, but we won't go there.
Friday morning, you never know what you're going to get. So how did you come up with the idea?
Well, while running with Wheels to Wings Transportation, which was my primary company for many years, I'd always kind of wanted to start a foundation or something to give back in the community. And working around the NetJet sector, I realized that I wasn't seeing enough diversity, and I wanted to do something about that. And so I made it a point to go into some of the YMCAs and Boys and Girls Clubs and try and get more kids to understand that these were professions out there and they're awaiting their participation. So it just kind of hit me. After doing the Red Tail Pilots Monument, that's over at the Orlando Science Center, I realized that this is where I really wanted to be, Ted. I wanted to be in a realm where I can help the kids and give them some vision towards future opportunities and possibilities.
So I want to read JP's comment though, Mr. Olivier. Ted, you might not be the best pilot, but I bet you could drive the bar cart like a pro. You got it, my friend. You know me really well. How does a child get involved? Because you said you go to the YMCs, or that's what you started to do. Mm-hmm. How does somebody get involved, and at what age can they begin to try to get involved with Vision of Flight?
Well, we run workshops now. I mean, we've come a long way in the years. We actually run workshops bi-monthly, and we hold those events at the Orlando Executive Airport. We announce them, published through the Boys Club, Boy Scouts, and various other channels, and make it known that we're doing these events. They're workshops, whereas they come in, and in one day, they do things from building something, learning basic ground school, learning about simulators and equipment, and then actually taking a flight, which is an empowerment that
so they take a flight.
They take a flight on the first time.
Yeah.
And that's what we wanted to be, a little different than the norm, whereas they take you for a ride. We wanted to make sure that the kids got to be empowered at the controls and actually feeling themselves controlling the airplane.
What is it? So that must be exciting for you too, right? To see that growth of that passion, that excitement with a kid that's actually getting hands-on for the first time.
It's overwhelmingly magnificent. I mean, you would have to see the look when they leave and the look when they come back. And I could tell you, I remember that distinctly with even Eddie, which Christina probably can relate, because I could see his face now, from that first flight. It's just an incredible feeling for them. And whether or not it sparks an interest in aviation, or even gets them to where they'd like to continue on progressing along that line, something happens, something changes within, and it might be awakened somewhere down the road, but they definitely...
I would interject on that as somebody who was a kid at 15 who got these opportunities to fly, and it was, there was an older gentleman who I keep in touch with today. He's in his 80s, and just so impactful to my life, Jim Beck. And, I can tell you that helps you face adversity. It helps you have determination, because you know what's at the other end, whether it's getting through school or getting the financing to get through college or whatever it may be. You know that you've tasted it, and you know you can do it, and there's a tangibility to it. So and for all the parents and the kids that are watching that have been through the program, I'll tell you that to this day there are things that I learned that served me to this day in my flying career as a pilot. Served me to this day as an entrepreneur and a business owner. So it's
Isn't that wonderful?
I can't say enough for this.
I think kids in general, I think most kids, there's some sort of dream of flight in some way, shape, or form, whether it's astronaut, pilot. Yeah. And so to be able to tap into that, or at least go, all right, I want to give it a try, you're giving them that opportunity. And somebody asked if it's open to the public December 8th.
And it is to what would we say? It is open to the public. Come in and experience. But remember, our goal is to get folks realizing our mission and our vision and help us so we can help more young people amongst the communities around Central Florida. So, that's the main value of this mission, is to use it as a fundraising and learn about our program. Come and see what's happening in aviation and see why this is offers career fields that's going to be here for many years to come and serve your kids and the next generation well.
That's awesome. So what do you do? I'm fascinated because I probably would have been one of those kids.
Fly,
I am ready to
You're
fly.
Ready to leave here
I
and
know,
we'll
but
run out to the airport.
I can't right now. I've got to wait at least, 24, 48 hours?
Yeah. We might have a Ted Jr. type program where you sit in the back of the plane with a martini.
Yeah, we have to do that.
Oh my God, that is so genius.
Yeah, that's
we
what
should
do.
call it the Ted
Ted
Jr.
Jr.
party.
program. Ted Jr. Flying Association.
I don't think FAA would frown on that one.
No, come on. I'm not actually touching the controls.
That's
I'm
right.
just,
I'm
enjoying. It's kind of like when you go to a haircut at a place that trains people for haircuts.
I think we need to go for a Martini and Rossi sponsorship or something.
I think we should.
Like
we
that.
should.
I don't know how I always bring booze into every conversation.
A new trend in aviation.
So thank you, Luke, by the way, and Danny Hernandez. Hello. So do you encourage groups to come out? I know you said you do seminars regularly.
Yes,
like you
our
do
workshops
events.
we do.
Now, do you go into, you originally said you went into schools. Do you continue to go into the schools?
We still go into the schools. We have actually started partnerships with the Orange County Public School System, holding aviation-related camps and regular sessions. So we are working with them. We're also working with the Boy Scouts of Central Florida in providing the aviation merit badge for them. And we're just looking to take it to a whole nother level this upcoming year. We acquired our first aircraft, and we already have the second one being refurbished currently. So this will also enable us to take our program into other airports and other arenas around Central Florida and even Southeast Florida, just in general, to deliver these programs and give other kids the opportunity.
So Christine says you should take me up in a Cessna. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but there's got to be something there. Is that one of those prop planes?
Yeah. All of them are the prop planes.
I know. I've been. Flying doesn't make me nervous, I don't think. I don't know about the two-seater. No. You know me. JP, Justin asked, can we hear about or touch base on the history of the red-tailed pilots?
Yes, we can touch base with that. As you know, the red-tailed pilots were the first African-American fighter pilots during World War II. There were 355 of them that went overseas out of the 932 pilots that were trained at Tuskegee, Alabama. The red-tail pilots, of course, earned their distinction as flying bomber escorts and running strafing missions during World War II. The intricacy of them being successful amidst a time when all odds were against them has proven that we're all equal. We're all able to do the same things. There are no boundaries, so they've broken down that barrier of ignorance for people as me in aviation in realizing that all kids need to be able to understand they can go beyond their wildest dreams and imaginations to accomplish whatever they want to do.
Very motivational, Mike. I'm
inspired. We want to get them excited because this is exciting stuff.
Yeah.
And once they come around us, John,
yep.
Aviation people, we're just cool people.
And that's the cool thing that I've seen, through my career. When you walk through the door, you step in the airplane, you're not black, white, female, Asian, anything. you're not even from Brooklyn at that point.
I'm not even from Brooklyn.
You're a pilot.
Unless I talk.
And it's a great equalizer. You're a crew member, you're a pilot, you're in that world. And for these kids to see that's just a place that all barriers are removed.
Yes.
And they can see, and even for me, when I was a kid, you're not a kid from the West End of Huntington, West Virginia.
No,
you're like, man,
just,
I can do this.
Right.
Just a cool kid.
That's why the Vision of Flight Vision 1's what you've named the
Vision
airplane,
1 is our
which
first
awesome.
airplane.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah,
That's
the Vision
awesome.
1.
For this organization to have their own aircraft and to be able to have that and access to the kids. That's why it's so important that the event is a success.
Yeah.
That you have people that want to come in and contribute to this, because it's a great thing. And I can tell you firsthand, I'm proof in the pudding, that getting access to that at a young age is very, very impactful.
It's life-changing.
Yes.
And even Eddie again, I mean, I know this kid has this desire, and he's going to find a way to
awesome?
do and accomplish his dreams and goals.
Now, at the event, we're talking about the Red Tails. Do you have?
Yes, actually, I will have one of the Red Tail pilots, Mr. George Hardy. He'll be attending the event on the 8th. He confirmed with me last week, and George Hardy was, he flew in 3 wars. He flew in World War II, Vietnam, as well as Korea. Wow. And this guy is the real deal.
It's a living piece of history.
Oh,
right?
yes,
it
yeah.
is.
And, the stories that I've gained from these guys, and just the wisdom that I've gotten from them, and how they overcame and how they were able to keep their composure at a time as that and still want to do it. My biggest thing is, how did you feel to know that you were leaving a country that didn't want you, like you, and going over and fighting against some other people that were trying to kill you, and they didn't like you either?
Right.
How did you feel about that?
That's
and
a great question.
They said, Mike, we didn't know anything different. We grew up in that time,
Right.
and that's just the way it was. When we got there, all we cared about was making sure General Benjamin Davis didn't court-martial us for doing something against what he said that you better do. So that kept them on task. And that message transcends to our young people today by making them understand that you have no boundaries or excuses to make for yourself. Just accomplish it. Whatever it is you set out there, you're responsible for it. Ultimately, you are your own success or failure. And they have attested to that. And I take that mission and their statements and messages, I take it personal, and I hold it valued to my heart every day.
You can tell, Mike. You can tell. All right, so we're going to share all of Mike's contact information, John's, but most importantly, how you can find information about coming to the event on December 8th. For Vision of Flight. When we share the video later on, we're going to put all the links and everything you could possibly need. All right, any parting words of wisdom for them? Anything you want to share with them before we head out?
My thing is, folks, let's try to take better care of each other and make sure that we put the kids at the forefront in realizing that whatever disparities or whatever differences we have, do not allow the kids to fall short. Give them the tools they need to succeed, because the world gets harder and life gets harder, and encourage them to be better than we were. And that's all I have. God bless and happy holidays.
Oh, I love that. John?
Hey, I just want to put it out there too that these are the stewards of our future. Okay, so this is the generation that can either pull the plug on us, or they can be there, like Mike and I have talked about, that we can enjoy the fruits of everything that we've passed on. And we want to go out there and do things great. And I want to support this as well, because
Amen.
It's just impactful. We're not living in a world that's as divided as the news and everyone wants us to think.
No. And we will not allow ourselves to come to that. I also want to give thanks to my great partner, John, who has just opened up a whole nother world of opportunity, not only for Vision of Flight, but for the youth, because ultimately, he is the epitome of accomplishments and achievements. He was that little kid who thought about it, saw it, but never knew how he was going to get there. He found a way, he accomplished it, and he went to the very top of the game. And we're grateful for good friends and good partnerships as such. And it was really good meeting Ted.
It's great
Ted
to meet
is one
you.
cool
I'm so
dude,
motivated
man.
today.
I'm coming back to see
I
my
hope
buddy
you
Ted,
do.
man.
Oh my
Ted,
gosh,
you're a
yeah.
cool guy.
I'm moved. I got something in my eye after your talk. Woo, I'm getting a little misty. All right, so thank you guys for coming on.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys for tuning. Please go out and support Vision of Flight December 8th, and we'll share all the contact information how you can attend as well. And
Awesome.
get involved and support them, help them. All right, thanks guys.
Thank you.
We love you guys.
Thank you.